For many companies, your MTP is a poster on a wall. In 2026, that's a liability. Hi, I'm Salim Ismail, and in the next 10 minutes, I want to make a case that what you put on that wall, your massive transformative purpose, the sentence you've used for years to align your team, has to do something it's never done before. It has to be readable by your AI agents because they're already in your company. They're going to be approving invoices. They're writing to customers. They're making decisions you used to make. And if they can't read your purpose isn't running your company anymore. Very simple idea, right? Here's the shift in 3 sentences. In EXO 1.0, which we wrote in 2014, the MTP was a binding mechanism for humans. Okay? One sentence, one wall, one offsite a year. It worked because humans read walls. In EXO 3.0, the agents do much of the coordinating, and they don't read walls. They read protocols. So if your purpose isn't legible to your agents, it isn't governing your company, it's wallpaper. And here's the failure mode that you should be worried most about. When execution is nearly free, and it is, the feature factory becomes the dominant failure mode. Without an MTP that has constraint layer teeth, your intelligence stack will dutifully build your company into coherence. It'll be very fast, it'll be on budget, but it'll be exactly wrong, right? So here's the move. The MTP is not a poster, it's a protocol. It needs 3 layers. Each one has to be machine readable, each one that an agent can act on without asking a human being. A constraint layer, what your agents are categorically forbidden from doing. A decision layer, how your agents resolve a trade-off without escalating. And finally, an identity layer, which binds your best humans to the office when the office is gone. And let me take these one at a time. So let's talk about the constraint layer. This is the layer that decides what agents will never do. Picture it concretely. It's 3 a.m. Your procurement agent is staring at a $40,000 invoice. The banking detail on that invoice was changed quietly last week. The agent is fast. It's confident. Should it pay? Without a constraint layer, agents does what agents do. It tries to help. It pays. By this time you find out, and by the time you get aware of this, the money's gone. With a constraint layer, that decision was settled before the invoice ever arrived. The constraint reads in machine-readable terms, forbidden action, payment to a vendor that's not in the master with current banking verification. Okay, and that's forbidden. Trigger condition is that the banking detail changed within 30 days. The agent response should be refuse, log it, escalate to the controller. That's not a value. We might value integrity. But that doesn't survive a prompt injection. A constraint with a trigger and a refusal and a log and escalation does. It does actually solve the problem. It survives the prompt injection. So here's the test. Write it down. Anything you would fire a human being for doing, you have to forbid an agent from doing. And you have to do that in code, not in culture. Okay? If you can't write the trigger and the refusal response for one of your constraints, you don't have a constraint, you have a wish. Now, when you think about this carefully, you are able to then document all these constraints, and it's not that hard to do. Okay, let's go to the second layer, which is the decision layer. And this is the layer that decides how your agents resolve a trade-off at 3 a.m. without waking you up. Speed versus quality, cost versus impact, margin versus growth, privacy versus personalization. These trade-offs are being resolved in your company right now, every day, hundreds of times an hour. But by whom? Today and yesterday, it was by middle managers in Slack. They did it on Instinct. They did it invisibly. But that isn't durable when the middle manager is an agent. The agent needs the rule. So here's the test. Could 2 of your agents reading the same MTP reach the same call and make the same call on the same trade-off? If no, the decision layer isn't written. Your hallway culture is doing the work and until the hallway's gone. And one warning, waiting matters more than the ranking. Quality beats speed is a slogan. Quality beats speed unless customer impact severity is at a level 3 or higher is a rule. And that's a rule an agent can use. These are policy parameters. They're versioned. They evolve through the learn layer of your stack. They're not principles carved in stone. They're configurations that you can audit. Okay, very critical. Layer 3 is the identity layer. This is where the one that most CEOs will miss. When agents handle the coordination, your people lose the incidental bonds that the office quietly provided: the hallway conversations, the classic water cooler discussions, the after meetings, the shared lunches. That's where most of the work gets done, most of the binding work for bringing a team together. Now, if you take that away and compensation alone is not sufficient, which we know, the data is clear, the talent will leave, right? So you need some glue to reconnect and bind the team in an age when AI is doing a lot of the work. So what's left? What was always actually doing the work was shared purpose, visible impact, and the knowledge that your judgment actually shapes outcomes. That's the identity layer. Write it explicitly. Why does a high judgment human being stay here? Okay. What's visible about their contribution? What would make them leave? And most teams skip this. Write your identity disqualifiers, what you're not about. Saying what you're not for makes what saying what you are for much more credible. Your culture used to be a side effect of the office, but now it's a deliverable. You have to do that work as a leader. So now you've written 3 layers: constraint, decision, identity. How do you know if you actually have a protocol? Or have you just written a bigger poster, right? There are 2 tests that will help you here. Test 1 is the endorsement test. Could an AI agent, given just your MTP and the protocol around it, make a decision that your human leadership would endorse? Okay, just think about that for a second. And if that's the case, great. Okay, test 2 is the refusal test. Could that agent, given only your MTP, decide what not to do? The second one is actually where most firms fail. When execution is nearly free, the refusal is the strategy. If your MTP can't cause an agent to refuse, your MTP isn't governing, it's cheering. Okay. If your protocol fails either test, you don't have a protocol yet. You have a marketing line. Okay. Go back to authoring the protocol some more. Here's what to do this week, Tuesday afternoon. Don't wait. This is not a Q4 initiative. Okay. Number 1, pull your current MTP and read it honestly. Number 2, draft 5 hard constraints underneath it. Things that your agents must never do. Okay. Don't ever send a wire over $50,000. Okay. Without a firm human yes. Number 3, list your top 5 trade-offs and write the rule that resolves each of those. Number 4, write what binds your best people when the office is gone. And a lot of that has to do with recognition that their judgment calls made a difference. Okay, that's a lot of it. Number 5, take one real decision your team made last month and then run both tests on it. Okay, there you go. That's a first draft. The cost of not doing this is one prompt injection away from being headline news, and you don't want this. You want your protocol to be a very new binding constraint around with the MTP as the heart of it. So here's what I want to leave you with, and what I want you to leave with. When the architecture shifts, and it has shifted, 3 things in your company survive. Okay, number 1, your MTP, your accountability shell, and the proprietary intelligence in your learn layer. Okay, the org chart does not survive. The 5-year plan does not survive. Middle management as a coordination layer does not survive. So protect the things that survive. Start with the MTP, make it a protocol. There's a free template in the description below. The 3-layer MTP framework with both litmus tests are built in. Download it, use it. Okay, and if you want to do this work with our cohort, join me in the room with our EXO Pro members. We do this every week. We go through phase by phase. We go through attribute by attribute. They're doing exactly this in our next mastermind. Link is in the description below. Make your purpose machine readable. I'll see you in the next shift. If you believe these ideas matter, liking the video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments helps us reach more people and create a better future together. Please help us out.